welcome to Lisa Lives. This is the first of this kind of video I suppose I've done. I don't think I've talked about gaming before. My videos are probably going to be maybe in little bursts and then none for a week and sort of like that and the reason is because I've got back into gaming again. I used to play a lot of games when I was younger, but over the past, I don't know, 10, we'll say 10, 15 years that I haven't really played games at all, very rarely. My son Isaac, he's almost 8, he's got a PlayStation 4. My husband bought me Resident Evil Biohazard for it about a year ago, whenever it came out, and I couldn't play it because my son was scared of it. So it was like, no, when am I going to get time to play this thing? Since then I've been bought a few other games. I've bought myself a few other games. I've got into the Walking Dead Telltale games. The one I'm playing at the moment is I think called Final Frontier. I have just completed The Last of Us, which blew me away. I got that because so many people recommended that to me as being one of the best survival horror games out there, and boy were they right. This maybe even, and this is big words from me, maybe even rivals Resident Evil as one of my favourite games now. The only thing about Resident Evil that I feel the earlier games has over The Last of Us is the puzzle aspect. I absolutely love the whole puzzle side of things with Resident Evil, where you have to work stuff out, as well as obviously the zombies and the killing and all that sort of stuff. But I think The Last of Us introduced a real humanity, a really emotional side to things that maybe Resi doesn't. But I have played all the Resident Evil games. Biohazard I'm not finished yet, I'm currently in the middle of it. I gave myself motion sickness fighting Jack the big eyeballed monster the other night. It's like, no! I made myself so sick and I had a headache, but I couldn't stop because I'd got so far and I'd almost done it. And I thought, oh god, I'm going to be so ill, but I can't stop, so I didn't stop and I've defeated him. I'm on to something else now. But yeah, Resident Evil, I love. The Last of Us, I adored. I love the Walking Dead Telltale games. I've recently started one called Until Dawn, which was recommended by Aaron from Screen Stars. It's awesome. It's like a group of young people in a cabin in the woods and there's a killer, and you have to try and get as many of your people to the end of the game. It's like The Walking Dead in that it's a decision-based game where each decision that you make will affect what happens. So I'm enjoying that. That's really good. I'm trying to get to the end of Resident Evil though before I properly throw myself into anything else. I'm trying to think, is there any other ones I'm playing? I started one called Dying Light, which I'm really enjoying as well, but that has been put on the side burner until I've done my Resident Evil. Now that Isaac is not scared of it, and he will happily sit and watch me play it, I'm finishing Resident Evil before I do anything else. I'm very aware that the remake of 2 is coming out and I'm very excited about that. I know that's most people's favourite. I think for me my favourite will always be 1. I've just got I remember sitting for 8 and 9 hours at a time playing that first game. I just loved it so much, and when I finished it I was straight back into it again. In those days you didn't have quite the choice that you have now in games, but it was the old PlayStation 1. Then all of the games were on PlayStation, and then they released one of them on GameCube and I was so hacked off. I don't even remember what one it was now, but I had to go out and buy a GameCube so that I could play the new Resi game. But I'm waiting for it too, but I'm not going to be buying it when it's released, and it's going to kill me because computer games are so expensive and it's obviously going to be floating around the 50 quid mark. I can't afford that. So I'm going to have to wait for them to slash the price of it. So I'll probably be at least 6 months behind the rest of you with Resident Evil 2. But I've got lots to be keeping up with. I signed up to, is it PlayStation Plus? There's 2. There's PlayStation Plus and PlayStation Now. I think it's PlayStation Plus. It's only $6.99 a month. And you get, there's usually 2 free games every month that appear. Some of them you're not interested in, some you may be. But you know, it comes with its storage and like offers on prices of other stuff, so I thought for $6.99 we'll do that, we'll see what happens. I can stop it at any time. There hasn't been any game as yet that has stood out on it as being something that I would really enjoy. No, I can't think in the first couple of months I've had it. I know Aaron said that the game Until Dawn was one that came as part of that package, and I would have been stoked to get something like that. So what games do you like playing, guys? I maybe will at some stage do a stream, but if I do, there's language and there's a lot of it if I have me talking over playing it, especially if it's Resident Evil, because I jump half a mile in the air when anything pops out on me, and there's usually something quite obscene comes out of my mouth. Like, if you've played Resident Evil Biohazard, the bombs, the remote bombs, you have to wait for the moulded, which is just this big black thing with a claw, to pounce on you before you can plant the bomb in its mouth. Why do you have to wait to be attacked by this thing to put, so you have to get hurt? I don't like that. I don't like that aspect, and the language when that's happening is not good. So yeah, that's what I've been up to game wise. So let me know below in the comments what you're enjoying playing. Is there anything you would recommend to me that you think I may enjoy with the sort of stuff I've told you I like? Let me know below in the comments, and I look forward to speaking to you next time. Over and out from Lisa Lives.